The thing about Trump is, first of all, he is a symptom, not just a cause. The symptom is a long-term decline of American political institutions. So he's the lagging indicator, if I put it that way, because if you look at the public opinion in the United States and ask, do you trust Congress? If you don't get a huge laugh out of the response, what you'll get is not at all out of the response. Americans do not trust our institutions. Why? They're corrupt. They don't behave according to any proper transparency and procedures. This has been going on for decades. I diagnose this as having two main causes that are distinct. One is the sheer financial corruption of the political system. American politics works by campaign funding. The 2024 election at the federal level was a $16 billion affair. That means that Elon Musk and his friends gave a lot of money to elect Donald Trump.
It's like buying seats.
They buy the seats of the members of Congress. They bankroll the campaigns of presidents, and they say afterwards, we paid for you, now you give us tax cuts, deregulation, special privileges, monopoly rights, inside contracts, whatever you want. So that's one part of American politics. The other part of American politics is that the United States is what the British Empire was for 200 years, between 1750 roughly and 1950. It was the world's hegemonic power. And now the United States has been that for 75 years. That means that the United States acts like an empire. What does an empire do? It uses brute power to get its way. It cheats, it lies, it steals, it manipulates. And that's what empires do. And the United States became an imperial state after World War II. And that means, for example, throughout our legislation is the word emergency, because an imperial state needs emergency rule. So Trump, in all of these executive decrees, is invoking emergency rule. When you think about the United States, emergency rule doesn't come first to mind. You think about Congress and the courts and the presidency. But because the U.S. is an imperial state, there is, in fact, emergency powers throughout legislation. Now, my own view is that Trump is just laughably abusing the emergency powers. What is the emergency that caused him to put on the tariffs? Two. One, he claimed there's an emergency of fentanyl, a narcotics emergency, an emergency. So he upends the trading system with China, with Mexico, and Canada, declaring it a fentanyl emergency. This is bogus. This is not a real explanation. This is probably an inside laugh inside the White House. Then he declared the trade deficit an emergency. Well, that's interesting. The trade deficit has been going on for 25 years. It could go on for a while longer. It's hardly an emergency. It's a feature of our political, fiscal, financial, monetary, economic institutions. It should be addressed by law. It should be addressed by Congress. But he declared an emergency, and single-handedly, he is upending the world trade system. Shocking. Now, you might say, extraordinary. How can this be?
Yes.
And it is the degradation of politics. For example, the Congress really is pathetic. They just voted yesterday to whether the Senate would claim its constitutional authority. And they said no. So what happened was